Good afternoon. Welcome to D Mace's The Rant, and I'm D Mace, your ranter. Welcome to the channel. This is the Rant Nation. Well, today I just wanted to jump on here real quick, and I want to talk a little bit about Creature Commandos. So I did a little video about them before, and then I watched another episode today. This episode was a little bit better for me because it kind of delved into the life of G.I. Robot. I keep wanting to call him iRobot. G.I. Robot, which is actually it's a very interesting story. I actually like this particular episode. The things I didn't like about it, I'll tell you about that in just a second. But I like it because they kind of delve into where he came from, who created him and things of that nature. And he was created just to kill Nazis, and it doesn't matter. That's what he's programmed and wired to do: kill Nazis. And so you see him in war, in World War II, and you see him fighting and helping the soldiers and things like that take out the Nazis. He's got a lot of different mechanisms that go with him too. He's fierce. Anyway, so time passes on. He gets picked up some years and years later by a man. He brings him home and cleans him up, and he makes him a home, and he makes him part of his family. This guy's got single, living with cats and everything like that. So he has G.I. Robot, and so him and G.I. Robot through the years are being friends, and he's really enjoying. He's like his family. Well, one day you see him and G.I. Robot, they're traveling down the road, and he says, "Listen, I just want you to meet these group of guys that I like, some guys that are for resistance and things of that nature." So G.I. Robot, he's like, "Hey, this is cool." And so they get to the place, and it's a bunch of guys. And of course, G.I. Robot, he's scanning things. That's what he does. He's scanning the entire room to see what's going on. He's like kind of and he's not saying anything. He's just kind of like antennas are kind of going up a little bit. And so he sits down with the guy, and the speaker gets up, and the guy pulls back the curtain, and it is a huge swastika. And I'm like, what is G.I. Robot about to do? Now, he says, "Oh boy, Nazis." And then he gets up, and he says, "Get ready to die, Nazis." Now, the guy who he has been with for years, who he has been friends with for years, who has taken him in and made him part of his family, he's the first person he kills. And he's like, boom, and he just knocks the guy out, and he just takes out the entire room because everybody now is a Nazi. And I'm like, but then you have to go back to, he is a robot, and he's programmed to do one thing, and that is kill Nazis. So even in that place, because he is a robot, there was no feeling attached to this guy. He just hung out with this guy, and it was just what it was, but there was no feeling. So when he saw that swastika, it was like, take out all the Nazis. That was what his programming was, and he did that. And so he went to jail and things like that, and got in jail and rotted. And so now we see the place where he was brought back out, and they reestablished him, and now he's with the Creature Commandos and those kinds of things. So this was actually pretty good. I did like that. And of course, you know me, I'm a history buff. I love when movies go back to like the 1940s and World War I and stuff like that. That was one of the things that fascinated me about Captain America. But yeah, I thought this was pretty good. This episode was pretty good. And it was doing flashbacks, so they were showing like the bride and different ones fighting and all those other things. I wasn't so much into all of that. I was more so into G.I. Robot's story. What I did not like about this, and you guys can say what you want, y'all can call me what you want, I done already said it a billion times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I do not like blood and gore. I don't like blood and gore, man. There was a time where with cartoons and even movies, it was left to your imagination. You saw somebody got killed. You saw somebody got shot. You saw somebody get whatever is going on. And you didn't see all the blood. You might have saw a little whatever, boom, here, there. You might have saw a little bit of that. But there is a bloodlust, a gore fest that is happening in movies and TV today. And I don't like it. I'm one person. Yes, my opinion doesn't even matter. But I'm going to give it because this is my channel. I don't like the blood and the gore. And in this, there was blood and gore. That's why I can't really watch The Boys, because The Boys really go there. And they're good shows. These are good shows, like good premises, and I love it. But that blood and gore takes me out of it. It really takes me out of it, and then it becomes unenjoyable for me. So if anybody out there with any power in these places, can we go back to movies that have less blood and gore? And some of y'all gonna say, boo, we like the blood and gore. Da, 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 da. It's okay. Not everybody. I know I'm not the only person out there that does not like the blood and the gore. I know there are several people out there that are the same way as me. We need to stand up. But if somebody can get back and at least make great content, it's okay to see a little bit of blood here and there, but just guts and gore, and I don't need to see all that. I don't want to see all that. It takes me out of the movie. It really does. I don't like that stuff, man. That's why I can't watch Invincible. Invincible's something. And it's a good show. It's a good storyline. But it's just, I was telling an old dear friend of mine, and actually it's John Megalodon, man. When you go to his channel, check him out. He's got a really good channel called John Megalodon. He does reviews as well. I told him years ago, he and I used to work together, and I told him years ago, and I said, listen, I think I'm probably going to end up with the way things are going right now with movies and TV. I think I'm going to go back to some of the old stuff, some of the stuff that I've been watching. I'm going to put that in rotation, and I'm just going to be sticking to that kind of stuff. And maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know, because this entertainment they got out here today with the blood and the gore is not for me. Like I said, great storylines, but I can't take the blood and the gore. Anyway, all that to the side. Creature Commandos, I did enjoy this episode. This show is not necessarily for me. You may love it, but I did like this episode because they delved into the life of G.I. Robot, and I thought that was really good. So anyway, guys, that's my thoughts about Creature Commandos. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. And again, this is D Mason, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. Have a good weekend.